Came home from vacation to find that my Rheem water heater was not lit. I came out to the garage, looked down in the window, and I realized that the burner was not on. Therefore, I came up top here. I put my dowel here in pilot. I pressed down the pilot button and I began pressing the piezo switch. As you can see, and what happened at the time was the blue flame was lit. However, the issue that I experienced is once I released my finger from the pilot button and I attempted to turn the dial from pilot to on, the blue flame below would go out. So I did some research, went online, saw that many people on YouTube was mentioning that the thermocouple could be the cause to why the pilot light would not stay lit to allow the burner to come on. So I went to Home Depot and I bought this kit. What I did was I replaced the thermocouple, and as you can see, the thermocouple is this lead right here that goes down into the burner. Once I got all of that replaced, I found out that I was still having the same issue, which is the burner would not come on. So just a suggestion for those that are out there with the Rheem water heaters. I would first contact the Rheem support, which is what I did, and come to find out my water heater was still under warranty. So Rheem ended up shipping out a gas control valve, which is this right here, and it was decided that that was the culprit and not the thermocouple, which is right here. So this video is basically centered around replacing this right here, which is the gas control valve. So again, I would reach out to Rheem just to ensure that your water heater is not under warranty. If it is under warranty, they'll ship one out to you. I also believe I saw one online, if it's not under warranty, and they range from about 110 to maybe 140 bucks. So again, this video is centered around changing this device here, which is your gas control valve. And getting started, one of the things you want to make sure you do is you come over to your main gas line. Mine's located here, and you want to make sure that that is turned in this direction. All right, this is off. This right here, parallel, allows gas to flow, which means gas is flowing through the line. So again, you want to turn the gas off in that direction. All right, so once you have the gas turned off, you want to go to the main water supply. And for my main water supply for this heater, it's located right here. And again, when it's aligned like this means that water flows through. When it's not, it means the water is shut off, which is like so. So you want to make sure that it's in this off position, the main water line, before you get started on the work. All right, so after you have the gas turned off and the main water supply turned off, the next thing you want to do is you want to drain your water heater. So before I get into the processes of what it looks like with draining the water heater, I'm going to just kind of come over here to let you all know some of the tools that's needed to get this project done. You obviously need the gas control valve, which is here. You have some pipe dope. You have some soapy water. You have some Teflon tape. You have a star screwdriver, a star driver with a star tip, which is like so. You have a crescent wrench. You have a 1/2-inch nipple, a wire brush, and also a flathead screwdriver. So as I was saying before, you're getting to the point in this project where you're needing to drain the water heater. So what you want to do, and I did not mention here, one of the items that are missing is the water hose. So that's also something that you'll need for this project. But what you'll do is you connect the water hose to this outlet here. And once the water hose is connected to this outlet here, you'll get it in a place to where it can either drain outside or down a drain. You want to take the flathead screwdriver once the water hose is connected, and you want to open this valve. Once you open the valve, you'll notice that the water start flowing through and out through the water hose. Now, I did this and the water flowed for a little bit, but then it stopped. And one of the things that I had to do was I had to go to the pressure control valve, which is located here. And with the pressure control valve, I took this valve and I lifted it up, and it allowed more water to flow out through the valve down here. But one of the things you got to ensure that once you lift this up, you need to make sure that you put it back down. So again, those two things involve the draining of the tank. Next, you want to come over to your gas line, and you want to make sure that you disconnect the gas supply line from the gas control valve. So here is where you'll need your crescent wrench, and right here you'll take the main supply off of the gas control valve. And then once the main supply is taken off the gas control valve, you'll have this metal adapter that's here. You want to make sure that you hold on to this because you're going to need it when you put the new gas control valve back in. So once the flex tube is off, that brings in the main gas, you'll then take the crescent wrench and you'll take off this adapter here. All right. So after the adapter is taken off, you want to disconnect the burner assembly from the gas control valve and take off the burner assembly plate. So I already have my burner assembly plate taken off, which is right here. But basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to take these leads and we want to disconnect them from the gas control valve. So with your crescent wrench, you'll come in right here, you'll take off this nut, this will pull off, you'll take off this, and you'll also take off this. One of the things that you also want to remember is the piezo switch, which is here. You want to make sure that that comes off too as well. So basically all of these connectors are going to pull the, disconnect from the gas control valve to allow you to eventually take it out. So once you have all of the connectors down there that I just mentioned taken off, you want to take your 1/2-inch nipple, which is this here, and you're going to place that 1/2-inch nipple into the same area where you took the adapter out, and you're going to make sure that you turn that counterclockwise, which is going to be in this direction. One of the things that you have to be mindful of is that even though you drained the tank, there could be water still in the tank. So with your new gas control valve, you got to be very fast. So this is the old one that I took out, but I'm just using it as an example. Real quickly, you're going to remove this gas control valve, the old one, and then put in the new one. But one thing to be mindful of is that we do not want to take that plastic off. That plastic needs to stay on the gas control valve. But again, with the nipple, you're going to turn in a clockwise direction. Once you have everything loosed, you're going to be ready to put the gas control valve in. So I'm going to pull back just a little bit to let you know, prior to putting in the gas control valve, one of the things that you want to make sure that you keep in mind, and that is here with the gas control valve, and again, this is the old one that I took out, you want to make sure that once you receive this from wherever it is that you order it, that there's Teflon tape on all of these threads. One of the things that I also did was I put the Teflon tape on the threads, this Teflon tape here, I put it on the threads, and then I also followed it up with an extra precaution with some pipe dope. I put it around the threads on the top and bottom all the way around. So I did this prior to me taking out the old one. So again, once you have the gas control valve loose, you'll take this out, you'll put the new gas control valve in, and again, there's probably going to be a little bit of water. So another thing that you might want to do is have a towel down here covering these leads so the water doesn't drip much on these leads or lines. So again, the towel down. Once the towel's down, you'll take the nipple, loosen up the gas control valve, and quickly get ready to take one out and put the other one in. So once the gas control valve, which is this, is in, you want to make sure that you go ahead and tighten it up. And you can use the nipple for leverage as you're tightening it up. But you want to make sure that when you have it tight, that it's aligned in a position in which it can connect with the main gas line. So after you finish that, what you'll do is you'll want to refill the water heater. So you'll make sure again that you have this closed because you had it open when you were draining, but you want to make sure you have it closed. And then you want to come back up here to your main water supply, and you want to turn it back into this position, which is on, which means water is flowing down into the water heater. So that's going to probably take a few minutes for the water heater to fill back up to max capacity. So you want to go ahead and get and clean this adapter here that I mentioned to you before. So in order for you to do that, you have your wire brush. You're going to clean the threads well. And one of the things that you want to do is you want to put the Teflon tape on the side that's going into the gas control valve only. All right, you don't want to put it on this side. You want to put it on the side that's going into the gas control valve. So again, I put Teflon tape on this, and I put heat dope on it, or excuse me, not heat dope, but I put pipe dope on the adapter, and I screwed that into the gas control valve. So again, you want to make sure you clean it with the wire brush, Teflon tape. You want to also put the pipe dope, and then you want to install. Then after you have the adapter, which is here, connected, you want to take the main line and you want to connect that to the adapter as you see here. And then you'll tighten that down. You'll tighten this down with the crescent wrench, and you'll also tighten the other portion of it down with the crescent wrench. So after that's completed, then you come over to the main gas, and you want to turn it in this position, which is, again, once it's aligned with the pipes, that means gas is flowing. And that is essentially the on, for lack of a better word, or way to put that position. So that right there lets us know that the gas is now flowing. All right, so once the main gas is on and flowing, you want to take your soapy water here, right? And then you want to spray the soapy water in this area where the adapter is. You also want to spray the soapy water down here where the leads are. And essentially what we're doing there is we're just making sure that we don't see any bubbles, because bubbles would be a sign of a gas leak. If there are bubbles, you might need to come back with your crescent wrench and just tighten down these connectors to eliminate the bubbles. And once all of that is taken care of, one of the things that you want to do next is you want to come back down and you will want to light the burner. So again, you want to make sure that all the connections are where they need to be. And you'll come back up top and you will turn the dial here to pilot. You will hold the pilot down, and then you will begin to press the piezo switch. All right, so the pilot flame is on. And then as you can see, I'm going to take my finger off the gas control valve where I have the pilot button depressed. Let's see here. All right. And I'm not sure if you can make that out with the flame there, but now that I have my finger taken off of the pilot, the flame is now staying on. And I turn it on to the on position. Let's see here. And the flame is lit. And one of the reasons to why it is that the water, or excuse me, the burner's not coming on is because I had this on already and the water's fairly hot. But I hope this video helps, and I also hope that this video allows you to save a little bit of money. Thank you.